Hey everyone, it's Daniel again. This is part 2 of the blind playthrough of Sequence Storm. And what I mean by blind is that I'm not actually looking at the game screen while I play, because I'm testing out blind accessibility features that I'm adding. In the last video, I just went over how the rhythm gameplay works, but now I can actually go over the first few tutorial missions, because today I updated them to work with the blind accessibility stuff. I uploaded this build today, so if you want to check it out, you can go ahead.
Mission selection, the grid of missions.
So here's the mission selection screen.
Tutorial, not yet complete.
An issue that I'm having with this screen is that this narration is super long-winded, and I want to kind of adjust how it works. It's actually just really annoying for it to just go on and on. Anyway, this is the first mission. We're gonna start.
Story screen. Press the A button to continue through dialogues. Press the B button to skip the story.
So for the story, when you're using the narration, there's some extra bits of text I added just to describe the screen, like what's going on.
Inside Elijah Gale's apartment building. Elijah Gale is a young computer engineer sitting at his computer terminal in his apartment.
So obviously, if you can't see the screen, then this is just a description of what's going on.
It's a bit of a mess, with tools and equipment strewn around. The computer terminal is a nest of wires and cables.
Normally, you don't get this text. You'd actually just see Elijah on the screen.
Outside of the small, round window, we see a dismal cityscape of identical apartment buildings.
So I'm actually going to skip the story, but I just wanted to show how I just added extra narration for when you're actually using the narration.
Loading mission. This tutorial uses these buttons: left trigger, left shoulder button, right trigger, left trigger. Press any keyboard key to hear the keyboard controls.
And that's just mission loading screen. It kind of gets you ready to understand what buttons you're going to use, whether it's on controller or keyboard, whatever. So I'm going to start the mission.
Elijah has jacked his neural interface into the sequence. He is now piloting the orange rig on a ribbon-like racetrack which twists and bends through a dreamlike skyscape. There are 5 other rigs on the track with him, all ready to start the race.
So again, I've added extra narration just to the start of the mission, so you get an idea.
Then repeat the pattern in time with the music.
And so this tutorial, it attempts to...
Repeat the pattern with the A button.
Yeah, with the A button. I'm going to be pretty useless at talking while I'm playing, because it's pretty difficult. But hopefully you get it that I'm just repeating the patterns.
For the bass drum, use the left trigger.
And this tutorial is just going through all the different buttons and which sounds they're associated with.
Use the left shoulder button.
I think it's kind of a lot to take in, but it's alright. And then it actually goes over it again really quick.
The left trigger. The right shoulder button. The left shoulder button. Elijah Gale says go. Am I doing this right? When I stay in sync, I go faster. Joey says, have you tried not staying in sync? Elijah Gale says what? No. Hang on, we're off again.
Yeah, I don't have much to say right now. I'm just kind of like going through the tutorial. And hopefully this is enough to just kind of get people familiar with what the controls are. Okay, so that was pretty quick, pretty easy.
Results. Mission complete. Press the A button to continue.
Now we're gonna head back to the mission screen and...
Story screen. The terminal displays
Nope.
switching to standard time interface.
There's more
Elijah
story.
says, I smoked them all. Did you see it?
Again, I'm gonna skip the story. If you want to see it, just check out the free demo. It's in the description, so...
Mission selection, a grid of missions, standard mission difficulty. The current mission is Elijah's last 50 credits, a tutorial, gold medal. There is a mission to the right. Press the A button to start the mission. Press a direction to select another mission.
So yeah, my issue with this screen is just there's too much information it's trying to give to me, but the important thing there is it says there's a mission to the right. There's this mission selection, it's like a grid of, you know, you can go in any direction, up, down, left, right. If I try to go in an invalid direction, I get a bad sound, but
Simple job, a tutorial.
if I go to the right, this is the next mission. And this mission teaches the rest of the buttons, because there's the first one taught the first 5 controls. There's still 4 more, so
Story screen. The terminal displays incoming chat request from everyone's friend.
so again, I'm gonna skip the dialogue.
This tutorial uses these buttons: left stick right, right stick left, right stick right. Press any keyboard key to hear the keyboard controls.
And again, the loading screen, it tries to describe, you know, what the controls are that it's going to teach us. So this mission, much like the last one, we're just going to go through a bunch of rhythm gameplay.
For the scratch up sound, tap the right stick to the left. For the scratch down sound, tap the right stick to the right.
And if this is boring, there's
Tap the left stick to the
you
right.
can play the tutorials in different difficulties as well. This is the easiest.
For the scratch down sound, tap the left stick to the left.
I know when I'm playing, like, I'm not looking at anything. Honestly, if I'm looking at the screen or anything when I'm doing this, like, I get lost. I kind of have to, like, stare into the distance, otherwise I just completely can't follow anything. One thing I talked about in the last mission video, I am not enabling holds in this audible cues mode, and only because I can't really figure out how that would work. Normally this tutorial teaches you how to do holds, but since I've removed holds from this mode just because I can't really figure out how they would work. This tutorial doesn't do anything to do with holds when you're in this mode. Gosh. And these inputs with the thumbsticks, once you get into the game and it gets harder, there's a lot of
Press the A button to continue.
waggling back and forth, which is a lot of fun, but right now it's just kind of simple. Anyway, so that was the second mission.
Story screen. The terminal displays switching to standard time interface. Everyone's friend says I knew you had the brain for this.
Yeah, again, we're gonna skip the story.
Rig upgrades unlocked. Press the Y button now to open upgrades.
Alright, so we unlock the upgrade screen. In this game you can buy upgrades.
Upgrades.
You can open that.
150 credits. Vertical menu with 7 items. Selected. Health stat point allocation. 0 out of 2 points allocated to health. Increases your health pool. Use this for dangerous environments. You have 0.
Again, this, I don't know, this is a little bit verbose. It's kind of annoying to...
Press
Ugh.
up and down to select other items. Press the B button to close.
Yeah, it just goes on and on. But anyway,
Cornering stat point allocation.
I just know there's 4 different stat points
Points allocated. Acceleration stat point
you can allocate stuff into, but we don't have any.
credits.
But this item is where we can purchase a point.
For 100 credits.
Yes.
Vertical menu with 2 items. Selected. Yes button.
Yes.
Press the A. Purchase. You currently have 1 stat points and 50 credits.
Yeah, so now that I have a stat point,
Acceleration stat point allocation. Allocated 1 out of 2.
I can allocate that into acceleration, because that's a good choice. Anyway, let's hit B to go back. Now we're back at the mission select. It doesn't really tell you. That's kind of a bug. I don't know. It might be confusing. Anyway, we're
A tutorial, gold medal. There are missions above to the left to the right.
above to the left to the right. That's the only way that we know where the other missions are. There's
Puzzle. Not yet complete.
an optional mission if I go up, but I don't want to do that one right now.
Tutorial, gold medal.
I'm going to go to the right again.
The Fast and the Curious. A tutorial, not yet complete.
This is the third tutorial. Alright, so we've already learned all the rhythm controls in the last two tutorials. This one teaches us a bit more.
Story screen.
There's a few racing mechanics that
Accepted. The Margrave says hello.
we're going to get taught one at a time.
Pestering me.
Anyway, so we're talking to the Margrave. He's kind of a douchebag, but again, I'm going to skip the story. We're going to learn how to use the speed boost.
Loading mission. Mission objective. Finish in first place.
First place.
Unloading.
So this is an actual race.
Button to go back.
And we start to get into the territory of things that I'm not conveying very well with just the audio. Well, we'll see how...
Elijah has jacked his neural interface into the address in the Margrave's contract. The other Damon is on the track, just ahead of Elijah.
Yeah, so we're racing against this other guy.
The Margrave says that Ring of Ears has a speed boost, I assume? The Margrave says I hope you know how to use it, or you don't stand a chance. Hit notes to build the boost power meter.
Right. So this is something I need to work on still. You've got a boost power meter. It's hard to tell how much boost power you have. Again, I'm trying to talk while I'm playing.
Now hold B to speed boost.
Now, yeah, hold B to speed boost. I'm gonna boost, and that uses all my
From the track.
boost power.
Use
Yeah.
speed boost. Gain boost power. And use speed boosts to win the race.
Yeah. So it says use your speed boost to win the race. And you might have heard before it told me I was in first place, so I'm pretty sure I'm ahead. Now, right now, the only thing that tells me how much boost power I have is a tiny little sound. You might even be able to hear it, I don't know, but it needs to become much louder. So I know I have some boost power because I can hear that. So if I hold B, I use it all up. And that removes the rhythm stuff for a while, or for the duration that you're holding boost. So really, issue is there's just no sense of speed or anything right now. Even though I'm accelerating and I'm racing down the track, there's lots of turns and dips and stuff. When you're only listening to the audio, you just don't get any of that, and so you can hear that tiny sound. Every time I complete a section, I get more boost power. Anyway, I'm gonna expend it now. And these rhythm patterns, they're still pretty darn easy. It's a pretty gradual difficulty curve at first, but it does build up to a lot more later. So I know I have some boost power, so I'm gonna use it right now. And if that seems boring, there's two other mission difficulties you can use.
Mission complete. Press the A button to continue.
So I think that's all I'm going to show you today. That's the first 3 tutorials. There's still 2 more, but that kind of exposes the biggest problem right now. Again, I'm done playing, so I can stop staring into the distance. But number 1, you have no idea how much boost power or health you have unless you hear that tiny sound. So I need to add some kind of way to actually audibly hear those things so that you know what state you're in. Also, it can be kind of hard to keep track of what place you're in. It does announce when you pass or get passed by another car, but hard to know how far ahead you are, but maybe that's not a big deal. But additionally, there's more stuff coming on There's more racing mechanics that I don't have good like audible solutions for, and so that's what I'm going to be working on now that these first 3 tutorials are pretty much good to go. Anyway, I think that's it. So check out the game. The demo's free, all this stuff if you want to try it out, and I will talk to you later next time. Thank you so much. Bye.